So today I'm going to be sharing with you 3 of my favorite chia pudding recipes. So we're going to start off with our chocolate. We've got a delicious persimmon, and then we've also got a blueberry chia pudding. Now what makes these so special is that you can just throw these in the refrigerator, and whenever you need a sweet treat that's somewhat healthy, you can just pull it out and there you go, you've got chia pudding. So let me show you how I make these. So we're going to start off today by adding 1 can of coconut cream. So I actually just added enough almond milk to make this 2 cups. And I'm going to go ahead and stir this together. I want to kind of break up this coconut cream here until it's more of a liquid form. You see, once you start stirring it, it kind of breaks down and comes together. I'd recommend using a whisk. Now for every cup of liquid, we're going to be putting in 3 tablespoons of chia seeds. Now this is 2 cups, so I'm going to be putting in 6 tablespoons. And I want to mix this up before I pour it in my bowl. This is going to be so good. This is going to make the most delicious chia pudding ever. It is just, it's so good. If you've never had chia pudding, or you've never had really more of a full fat chia pudding, this is really a good option. Now I'm going to be putting in a couple tablespoons of monk fruit sweetener. Now if you prefer stevia or something like that, you put in whatever it is that you like. I usually put in a tablespoon to 1 cup of liquid. All right. And you also can, if you choose not to use an artificial sweetener, you also could use, honey or maple syrup, whatever it is that you like. Now to this, I'm going to add 1 more cup of almond milk. All right, I'm going to add a couple more tablespoons of chia seeds to this. And I'm going to be adding a tablespoon of monk fruit sweetener. All right, I'm just going to give this a little stir. And I'm going to add that to the rest of my chia pudding. Now to mine, I always add a couple teaspoons of vanilla extract. I just like the way it comes out. Give it a little stir. Now you can do these in individual jars, and you can do it any way you want. Now when this sets up as chia pudding, you're gonna see it's gonna be ready to eat just like this. But I'm gonna show you 3 ways that I like to make chia pudding, and it's gonna make the best chia pudding ever. So right now, all I'm gonna do is leave this for about 5 minutes on my counter. We wanna give it another stir before we put it in the refrigerator. We don't want all the chia seeds sinking to the bottom. So we'll be right back. So I want you to notice on the back of the coconut cream, you'll notice that there's less than 1 carb in a serving of coconut cream. So if you're on any kind of a keto diet or anything like that, this might be a good option. So it's been 5 minutes. I'm going to give it an additional stir. I just want to make sure that these chia seeds are not going to the bottom of the pudding. We're going to put this in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours. And then we'll be back and I'll show you how we make these into the best chia puddings ever. Our chia pudding is set up, and so we're ready to do our very first chia pudding dessert. So this first one we're going to do is with a persimmon. Now this is a Hiacha persimmon. I prefer these over everything. They are so good and so sweet. I just absolutely love them. This is the tree that I have, this particular tree, and I actually have a lot of Fuyu persimmons as well. So all I do is just wait until it's really, really, really jelly-like, and I just pour that right into my jar. just like this. Makes kind of a mess because this is a very messy persimmon. But boy, are they ever good. Then we're gonna take some of our chia pudding and we're gonna put some of this right into our jar, just like this. And you can either leave it like this if you like. You can layer it. I like to mix mine up. That's just me. So I'm just gonna give this a little stir because I like to get this persimmon kind of mixed up a little bit. Kind of broke down a little. And if you've never tried persimmons, oh my gosh, give them a try. They're just wonderful. They're so good for you, and they're just naturally sweet. Everything about them is so good. So this is how I like to have my persimmon chia pudding, is I just mix it all up together, just like that. Then I take some of my cut up fuyu persimmons and I just put those right on top. And there you go. There's your first pudding done. So the next one I'm gonna do is kind of a Reese's chocolate chia pudding. So this is actually one of my favorites. I take about a teaspoon of chocolate, unsweetened cocoa, and then I take about a half a teaspoon of this PB2. It's like a powdered peanut butter concentrate. It's just not as strong as peanut butter as far as the fats and all that. And I just put about half of my chia pudding in here and I give it a little stir. I want to make sure that I can get all of this stirred together. And if you're like me, if you love chocolate, I mean, this honestly, it's better than chocolate pudding. It's not only is it really healthy for you, it's just really decadent and delicious. I just absolutely love it. You just keep adding chia pudding until you get it the consistency that you like. I just want all my chocolate and peanut butter mixed in. And remember, you've already added your sweetener to it, so you don't need to do that. Might add a little bit more. And these are just the little half-pint cups, the little half-pint mason jars. Now it might be too much. Oh no, what should I do? Then I take about a teaspoon of these mini chocolate chips, just like that. And I'm gonna put these right over the top. Chocolate peanut butter. Now the third one I'm gonna make for you is a delicious blueberry. I'm just gonna add a little bit of monk fruit sweetener and water and just heat this up a little bit. So after I cook down my blueberries, the blueberry sauce is gonna look like this. I'm just gonna add this to my chia. And again, I like to stir everything up. I just like the texture of having all of the blueberry mixed in with the chia pudding. And that's all there is to it. This stuff is so easy to make. It's so good. And honestly, blueberries are so good for you anyway. You should be eating those every day. They're so good for you. They have so many antioxidants in them. They're good for dieting. We didn't add any sugar to this at all. I'm just gonna add a couple little frozen blueberries on the top. And there you go. Blueberry chia pudding. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in making chia pudding, you know, the world's your oyster. There's so many chia puddings you can make. It's just like making creamies. There's just so many ways you can make them. So thanks for watching today. Please give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring the bell for future notifications. And don't forget to subscribe. Have a good one. Bye-bye.